Welcome back. Now I'm joined with Jim Swift of the Sutter Creek City Council. Jim?
Hi, Tommy.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So this is your first time on TSPN, right?
I was on here once during the election.
Oh, okay.
Before the election, during the campaign.
Okay. Well, it's great to have you.
Thank you.
We just kind of wanted to get to know you a little bit. How long have you lived in Sutter Creek?
My whole life.
Your whole life.
I was born in 1957 and lived here ever since then.
Okay. Did you go to Amador High School?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Graduated in 1975.
Okay. And do you own ATI Auto Parts?
Yes, that was a business started by my mother and father in 1970, and we're still going.
Okay, so it's family business.
Yeah, although they're no longer involved directly with the business.
Okay, but you guys are passing it down.
But they made it possible.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so when did you take over the ATI?
Oh, well, my brother and I have ran it for the last 15 years or so, but my brother has moved to Colorado, so I've been running it on my own for about 5 years.
Okay. And what about your family? How's family life?
Oh, I have a great family. I have a lovely wife, and she's a lot smarter than me. She's a CPA, and she keeps me on the straight and narrow. And I have a 26-year-old son who is in the Air Force, and a daughter who is 19 who has just spent a year in Brazil repeating her senior year as a foreign exchange student. Wow. And she'll be home in about a week and a half, and we're really looking forward to that. We really miss her.
Great. Okay, and you were elected to the Sutter Creek City Council in 2010.
That's right.
Yes, and it's your first term?
First term.
Okay. What made you want to seek the public office?
I just want to be more involved in the decision making, and it's something that I considered for a long time, but when my children were younger, I didn't want to commit the time to it. I didn't think I could commit the time, but it's a lot easier now that they're grown.
Was it what you were expecting?
Yeah, and more. I'm really enjoying it. I'm working with the other council people. Are all great people. We have a good city staff. Good employees, and it's been a pleasure working with them. They all work hard.
That's great. Okay, current issues in Sutter Creek are the sewer master plan.
Mm-hmm.
How's that coming along?
That's coming along well. We just actually amended that contract to broaden the scope a little bit and to look more closely at the regional opportunities that we have. Ione is going through a big change in their wastewater treatment. They have to upgrade or replace their plant, and so we're exploring with them opportunities how Sutter Creek might participate to the benefit of both the ratepayers of Ione and Sutter Creek.
Okay, so you guys are currently trying to work together.
Right, right. We want to look at all the options, because this would be the time that if there is an opportunity, now's the time to take advantage of it. And again, anything that we do is with the goal of benefiting all the ratepayers
in the region.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. And what is the status of the Gold Rush project?
Well, the Gold Rush project is in. There's still some litigation concerning the Gold Rush process. Actually, the litigation is challenging the process of the approval of Gold Rush, and I don't think it would be appropriate for me since that is still in litigation, to really comment, because the whole issue may come back to the City Council at some point.
Okay. And the regional wastewater, what do you think are the biggest issues for the city right now?
Well, wastewater is a very large issue, and of course the economy. We just approved our budget for this fiscal year, and again had to really cut all the expenses to the bone. Our employee unions and the police union have been very cooperative, I think, in working with the city to maintain a balanced budget. And but wastewater is looming. The ARSA system, which is the how we dispose of our treated water, and the biggest component of the ARSA system is Henderson Reservoir, which is where we store treated water during the winter time so that we can dispose of it on land during the summer. And Henderson Reservoir is going to need some major upgrades as determined by the Division of Dams and Safety, and those are very expensive. Just a ballpark figure that's thrown out is $15 million. And so that's why it's so important now to explore our options and hopefully find some alternatives that will benefit us and maybe eliminate the need for Henderson Reservoir.
Okay.
But that's just, whether that's going to happen or not, it's hard to say. There's several balls up in the air right now.
Do they have a timeline for the improvements for Henderson?
Yeah, it's 5 years.
5 years
Right now. They've done some interim measures on the dam to satisfy the division of the DSOD, and but they have said that after 5 years we're going to have to do the major upgrades in order to keep it in use.
Okay. Well, I think that's all we have time for
Okay.
right now. I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you very much. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.